What's up, guys? I feel like Michael Scott in the episode of The Office where he's like, everybody stay calm. It's happening. Because today it's happening. We finally got Surface Duo 2 official leaks, pictures, and specs. So I'm going to link all those stuff in the video so you guys can follow along. Let's take a look at them together, shall we? Alright, so first off, this phone is supposed to be coming out in September or October of this year. It's going to be coming in two colors this year, black or white. I think the black from the pictures looks pretty good. It's like a sleek matte black. The white is the same as last year, so it's good to have some color options. On top of that, we're getting some spec bumps and some other bumps, but let's talk about the specs. So the first thing we're going to have in this phone is 5G. I know a lot of you guys are probably shaking your head like 5G. I don't even use 5G. There is no 5G here. Blah blah blah. But honestly, guys, it's good to have 5G in a phone like this because you're future proofing. While we might not be using 5G right now, I'm not either. You know, in a couple years down the road, if we're still rocking these phones, then it's good to have it rather than not. Secondly is the addition to NFC. NFC to me is not a big deal, but it's such a small thing. It should be in any phone because a lot of people do use it for Google Pay and all of their checkout options. It's nice to have. And then third is the Snapdragon 888 processor. So this is a processor that was in a lot of flagships last year. It's perfectly fine. I don't really like to go too much into processor specs because honestly, it's more of like a numbers game than anything. It's kind of like marketing. Any phone with like a modern day processor is going to be just fine for pretty much any task you're going to be doing on it. I actually rock a Google Pixel 5 and it gets shit on a lot for having, a mid-range processor, but you can't even tell a difference. Like doing daily tasks, it's all the same. And then finally, like I said, we're getting some spec bumps and some other bumps. My God, Microsoft, this camera bump. So I'm gonna show you guys above, so you gotta check it out for yourself. This camera bump is hideous. I know it's actually funny because, a few videos ago I made a video called 3 Things I Like to See in the Surface Duo 2, and one of the things was a new camera. But not like this, Microsoft. This is not what I meant. I guess it's kind of hard because with a device like this that focuses so much on aesthetics, you kind of got to trade off where it's either function versus form. And last year we had the form, but we were lacking in the function department. This year we definitely have the function, but we're not, it's not going to be the same pleasing form. So it's definitely a trade-off. I'm not sure what they could have done. I just guess I would have wished for something a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions just yet because a couple of years ago everyone was making fun of the notch and then every phone was rocking the notch. This year seems to be like it's the year of the camera bump where manufacturers are just waving their camera bumps around, swinging their camera bumps. It's a camera bump measuring contest, folks, and Microsoft might be in first place or last depending on how you look at it. But honestly, all jokes aside, let's see how it looks in person. Let's see what it's capable of, because if it's taking crazy pictures and amazing video, then it's gonna be easier to overlook than if the thing sucks. If it sucks like last year and then it looks like that on top of it, God bless you, Microsoft. There's gonna be some backlash. With all that said, though, there's some decent upgrades here as far as what's leaked so far, but it's nothing groundbreaking. It's things I think should have been in the first iteration, to be honest. NFC, definitely. 5G, I could see not being in the first one, but 5G now is becoming standard. And then there's some things I still want to see hopefully get leaked in the future, namely a display with a higher refresh rate. I think 90 Hertz at minimum, 120 Hertz maybe if they want to do a big. These kind of displays are in cheaper mid-range Android phones now, so price isn't really the option. And with a phone like the Surface Duo 2, we're interacting with the display, and the display is like the highlight of the device, so let's just have the best display we can, right? Some people that never used it or say they don't notice the difference, but a lot of people that do, myself included, it's just a night and day difference having a 120 Hertz display versus a 60 Hertz display when you're scrolling and doing any kind of interaction with the screen, which is the primary use case in a phone device, especially one that has 2 screens. It's I'm not going to say twice as important, but it is a factor that would make the phone a lot more appealing to me. Secondly, I would like to see, hopefully we get note of a bigger battery. Last year they had some engineering decisions where they put the battery on one side of the device. This year I was hoping that they could figure a way to do a split where they have the battery on two sides and a bigger capacity, because battery life wasn't horrible last year, but it also wasn't great. People were getting around 5 hours screen on time, which is, it's okay. You know what I mean? I know what people are going to say. Oh man, what are you doing on your phone for 5 hours, you know? But let's be real. It's not only about screen on time, but screen on time is a measuring factor as how far your phone's going to go as far as, you know, standby and all that. So when phones are pushing 8, 9, 10 screen on time hours, I think we could do better than 5 with this kind of phone. Hopefully we get a bigger battery in this generation. And then third is the biggest factor to me. It's going to be the software. So with the first gen, we can give it an excuse that's first gen, you know what I mean? But second gen, Microsoft has to go all in on this phone, because there's going to be no other chances. If they mess up the first one, like I said, people are still going to buy the second one and say, you know, the first one was just like a beta thing. This is now going to be the real one. But if they mess this one up, there's no more excuses. Microsoft needs to stay on track and just really make the phone work out of the box how it should, update promptly, and then hopefully let's just do some more stuff with the two screens, you know what I mean? They're sticking to the two screen design on the Surface 2. They're not going the Z Fold route. They're doing the thing they did with the Surface 1. So let's design some apps around it, you know what I mean? Let's get more developers on board. Let's make the phone into what it could be. Let's make the Duo great again. No, but honestly, that's what I sound like I'm talking. But honestly, I just think they could do so much more with the Surface Duo 1. And I'd like to see them just do it on the Surface Duo 2. I mean, so much potential was just wasted. I'm not trying to shit talk the device. I love the phone. One of my favorites of the last year. You guys know that. But let's see what they do. I'm going to stay with you guys as far as updates go. If there's any more leaks, I'll be posting them all, discussing them with you on here. Let me know in the comment section below what you think so far of the Surface Duo 2. What you think of that camera bump. I'm really interested in what you guys think about that camera bump, because I know there's going to be a lot of varying opinions. And then anything else they come out with, I'll let you guys know in new videos. As always, thank you for watching. It's your boy One Take Tech, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.